सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते. Hari Om. A Woman Seeker is the must-read book for a seeker, because reading about great Mahatmas and saints gives us inspiration. So here we have 18 Devis, women, who were seeker in their life and they attained the highest truth, became one with Brahman, Bhagwan, or the truth. One of the Devi, Mā Gaṅgāsatī, the great saint of Gujarat. I was privileged and I'm glad to get this opportunity to ponder about her life and to know about her in great details. Mā Gaṅgāsatī, her name itself is sufficient to introduce her. Ma, first of all, she is a mother. Mother never discriminates. Mā Gaṅgā also reaches to all her children and uplifts them, purifies them, gives them life. Just like that, Mā Gaṅgāsatī reached to a small village of Saurashtra and uplifted the people who came in her life, purified them, and even now she is doing that through her unique bhajans. So it was a great joy to know Mā Gaṅgāsatī. Second, she is Ganga. The Ganga is the purest river of Bharat. So Ganga is also symbolized as the parampara of knowledge. The knowledge of Shruti, the Veda, has come to us as Guru Shishya Parampara. And same knowledge of Veda, the essence of Veda, which is called Vedanta or Upanishad, has been brought to us by Mā Gaṅgāsatī in a very lucid language, a dialect of Gujarati. The next word is Sati. Sati is also a beautiful word. Sati means the one who remains or abides in truth. Mā Gaṅgāsatī was definitely abiding in the truth. So her name itself is great introduction to her. However, her life was our quest. What was her journey? What was her difficulties? What did she go through? That was our quest, and we started our journey. Unfortunately, we did not find much information on the internet and through books. So whatever little we found, we started thinking about it, started reading that material. And initially, personally for me, it was little disappointing, because in every saint's life, somewhere or other, you find some difficult moments, some challenges, some miraculous moments, or some transforming moments. But here in Mā Gaṅgāsatī's life, it was very smooth. There was hardly any difficulty. So that was something very surprising to me. But later, it revealed to us that it need not be a difficult life. Number one, she may have lot of merits from her past life. So she did not have to go through lot of difficulties. Number two, maybe she had difficulties and we are not aware of it. We don't have information about it. But she would have taken those difficulties or challenges so gracefully that the people around her would have never come to know her difficulties. So that's what was the discovery for me, that it need not be difficulty always. There need not be some miracles always. So that's how Mā Gaṅgāsati's life came to us in the form of a book. Initially, when we started this journey, it happened that there was one co-sevika with me, and something happened to that co-sevika and the project did not continue. After some time, we had another co-sevika and something came, some obstacle came and the journey stopped. Finally, we had Rani Raoji from USA and things started happening miraculously. Miraculously because her timings and my timings being in Bharat were different. So we had to compromise. Either she had to compromise on her sleep or I had to compromise on my sleep. Most of the times she had compromised, but somehow we got the beautiful essay on Mā Gaṅgāsatī. Then we had lot of good time pondering about her life and her bhajans especially. Her contribution to Vedanta is this 52 bhajans which are called Grāma-Upaniṣad. Grama means village. Upanishad means Brahma Vidya or the self-knowledge. This 52 bhajans of Mā Gaṅgāsatī explains the entire Brahma Vidya, the goal, the means, the path, the obstacles, the caution which one needs to take care, everything in details in these simple bhajans. So her bhajans are the asset and one can go on pondering upon them. So that's her contribution to Vedanta. As per her life, she was born in a Saurashtra, a small village, to a pious couple, Bhai G.B. Sarvaiya and Rupaliba, in mid-18th century. As a child, Mā Gaṅgāsatī was very pious, very helpful, kind, and unlike other children who would play with dolls or toys, she would play with mud idols. She would herself create idols out of mud and worship them and offer naivedya, and that prasad was distributed to family or friends. So this is how her childhood was passing. She used to also keep fasting on the main days of the month, as it is very popular in our culture to keep fast on Ekadashi or some important days of the week. So she used to keep fasting. Also, her father must have been a spiritual person, spiritually evolved. He, at that time, took the entire family for the Tirth Yatras, which was very unusual at that time and very difficult also. So entire family had gone to Gaya, Kashi, Mathura. These places were visited by Mā Gaṅgāsatī. Mā Gaṅgāsatī also had a pet name which was Hiraba. Hira means diamond. Of course, she was diamond, in fact, much more than the diamond. So, that's her childhood. She had a best friend that was Pānbāī. They both were very close to each other, and Pānbāī used to always seek guidance from Mā Gaṅgāsatī. She used to, in fact, follow the footstep of Mā Gaṅgāsatī. Now, as they grew elder, Mā Gaṅgāsatī's age was of marriage, and she got a right groom because of her merit, Shri Kahar Sangji. Now, Shri Kahar Sangji also was very evolved soul. Both of them were as though right match for each other. But Pānbāī was very sad when this marriage was fixed, because Pānbāī will soon lose her friend, and who would then guide her on spiritual journey? So Pānbāī expressed her sadness to Mā Gaṅgāsatī, and both the friends came up with an idea that why not Pānbāī joins Mā Gaṅgāsatī even in her further journey. Because in those days, Kshatriyas had this ritual that a daughter can take a help or a queen maid, it is said. In Gujarati, it is called Vadaran. So she can take one friend or somebody along with her. So they convinced their parents that let Pānbāī join Mā Gaṅgāsatī even after her marriage, and she would never get married in her life. The parents also agreed, and Ganga Sati and Kahar Sangji were married, and Pānbāī joined them. As a wife, Mā Gaṅgāsatī was very pious, loving, caring, and always helpful. She would complete her daily chores, her duties, and still do her sadhanas. And all this was possible because of Pānbāī's help. Pānbāī used to always help her in her daily duties. Kahar Sangji was a great devotee of Hanumanji, and his guru was Sri Rametavanji. So some places it is said that Mā Gaṅgāsatī ji used to consider Sri Kahar Sangji himself as her guru and followed many disciplines as Pativrata Stri. So she had very strong niyamas, the discipline which she used to follow. Every day after Kahar Sangji would complete his daily sadhana, Mā Gaṅgāsatī would wash his feet and worship the feet as though she would worship Bhagwan. And then she would take little bit water from that Abhishek Jalam. So this was her daily niyam, and she used to offer some rice also. In case if Sri Kahar Sangji is outside or out of town, then she would start her day by taking that one rice grain and taking it as prasad. She would start her day after that. Both the husband and wife, after completing their daily chores, would go to their parents and do namaskaram, bow down to them, and then they would start their day. So their marriage life was also very happy. Sri Kahar Sangji, in fact, had many powers, and he used to display it freely, which Mā Gaṅgāsatī used to criticize and advise him also at times not to do so. And Sri Kahar Sangji used to listen to her advice and respect it too. So this is how both were evolving spiritually, and their grihastha life was also going on. In some time, they gave birth to 2 daughters, and even while that time, Mā Gaṅgāsatī had continued with her sadhana. It must have been very difficult, but she did that. So after the birth of daughters, she raised them. Both of them gave lot of love to them, found right groom, and after that they were free of the grihastha duties. After these grihastha duties were over, they were also spiritually evolved. So when the flower blossoms, the fragrance of course spreads around. By then, people started knowing about this couple. So many people used to come and visit this couple, take their blessings and share their sorrows with this couple and gain lot of love and inspiration in their lives. So it seems that the other family members were disturbed. So both the husband and wife along with Pānbāī decided to shift to a outskirts of Rajpara village. They created a small hut and stayed there rest of their life, doing their sadhanas and remembering Bhagwan. Now, the story was going nicely, but one fine day, Shikahar Sangji used his powers and made a dead cow alive. And this was because some people prompted him to do so. And Mā Gaṅgāsatī ji criticizes this and says that this was not a right thing. It is not according to dharma. For a seeker has to be very careful not to use powers. It can bring ego. So Kahar Sangji respected that. He went to contemplate and meet his guru within himself. 3 days he locked himself in the room. After 3 days he comes out and declares that he would take samadhi. Mā Gaṅgāsatī knew it in her heart that this would be his decision, and she was mentally prepared in case if that is his decision, then she would also take samadhi after Shikahar Sangji. However, Shikahar Sangji did not accept this idea, and he suggested to stay back for Pānbāī and help her to gain the enlightenment. Mā Gaṅgāsatī understood the need of an hour and agreed to that. She followed all the rituals of Kahar Sangji's taking samadhi, and after that incident, she started teaching Pānbāī for 52 days, 52 bhajans, and every day this beautiful bhajan would give her the knowledge. And this collection of 52 bhajan is called Grāma-Upaniṣad. Now, after Grāma-Upaniṣad was being told to Pānbāī, and Pānbāī also attained the realization, Mā Gaṅgāsatī did not waste time, and she left from this world, from this mortal coil, and she also took samadhi. So this was her short journey, very crisp. You can read more about it in the book. Her bhajans are very beautiful. They are like blocks. As a child, when we used to play games, so most of the time what happens is, like, once you play with some toy, after a while you feel bored. But the blocks are such a game that every time you pick up, you find something creative, and it's always fun. So similarly, her bhajans are also like that. Every time you find something unique in it. So let's see 1 or 2 bhajans and think about it and read from the book. So let's listen first one of her bhajan, which is favorite of mine and my co-sevika, Shri Rani Rao, Srimati Rani Rao also. So let us listen first and then know the meaning of it.
વીજળી ને છાં કરી વીજળી ને છાં કરી મોતીડા પરો પાનવા અચાનક અંધારા થાશે $21,600 ની કારખાને
That was Brahmachari Rutvik. Thank you, Rutvik. That was so mesmerizing. And let us see what we have to say about this bhajan. The bhajan says, this is from the book, Mā Gaṅgāsatī declares to Pānbāī the urgency to gather and assimilate all the knowledge, string the pearls, as soon as she can, or darkness in the form of death will snatch away the chance to realize the self this lifetime. Measuring life as slipping away in 21,600 breaths per day, Ganga Sati spurs Pānbāī to focus only on self-knowledge now at this moment. So, as the word goes, Vijdi ne chamkare. Now this beautiful simile is given that this human life is like lightning. How lightning happens for fraction of seconds and then suddenly again the darkness overpowers. Same way this human life is also like lightning. The jiva, God knows from when, is going through so many births. The birth after what all bodies we have gone through, we don't know. And one moment we get human birth. And we feel human birth is the most precious, and it is precious, but we think it's too long life. 100 years is average life, maybe now 70 or 80 years. But still we feel so many years. It isn't so many years. It passes like lightning. If we see, it's not long. And that is what she's explaining in the next line, that 21,600 breaths per day. Now, when we see the number 21,600 looks very big, isn't it? But we know that how the day passes. We don't even come to know when the day passes. And not just day, the days, the week, the month, the years passes, and suddenly one fine day we realize, oh my God, I've grown so old. So even though it is looking big number, the time is passing, and it is passing really fast. So this human life is very short, but it is very precious. Only in this human life one can gain the most precious knowledge, where we can change our programming and go beyond the destiny. So that possibility is only there in human life, and therefore Mā Gaṅgāsatī tells us through Pānbāī to hurry and do not waste time. Gain the knowledge now at this moment. In the other bhajan, she is speaking about faith and surrender. Reading the meaning of that bhajan, and then we can listen to that bhajan also. On the path of gaining knowledge, sadhakas can often become arrogant, thinking they know everything. In the following bhajan, Ganga Sati cautions Pānbāī that such pride must be destroyed by becoming a qualified student and surrendering to the Guru. Having lived with and lovingly served this realized couple for 30 years, Pānbāī was an advanced seeker, possessing Chitta Shuddhi, purity of mind, and Chitta Ekagrata, focus of single-pointedness of mind. But still, Ganga Sati says, without removing the head, the ego, one cannot even get a glimpse of the self in meditation. And so true. Even an iota of ego is there, we cannot realize self. We may be able to preach about it, we may be able to speak about it, but we cannot experience that bliss, that joy, that nectar. For that, we have to surrender this ego. And the best place to surrender this ego is Sadguru. Mā Gaṅgāsatī knew the importance of the Guru on the spiritual journey. Guru is important otherwise also, but especially on spiritual journey, Guru is very important, and it is equally important for a student to completely surrender at the feet of Guru. Then alone this journey can take place. Let us listen few lines from this bhajan from Brahmachari Rutvik.
सतगुरु ना वचन भावधिकारी ने मेली द्यो अंतरनु मान आड़स मेली ने आवो मैदान मारी समझो सद्गुरु शान एम तमे तमारू एम तमे तमारू शीश उतारो पानबाई ईमान जारे दोने मारी जा गंगा रे सती जी बोलिया रे पानबाई जी क्यारे पछी हतु दर्शाय जी क्यार पछी हतु दर्शाय जी रे क्यार पछी हतु दर्शाय जी.
So amazing, isn't it? So melodious. All her bhajans are like this. So I wish we all can go through the book, an essay on all the Devi's life and ponder on that, ponder upon them, their teachings, because that's the most important thing. In this journey of exploring about Mā Gaṅgāsatī, as I was looking for miracles, of course those miracles I couldn't find in her life, but while taking up this journey, we definitely had a lot of miraculous moment. Maybe sometime we can share that. What learning from her life I took is one, simplicity, just being humble and surrendering at the feet of Guru is the most important thing. And if one can do that, rest is history. So quietly working, doing sadhana and surrendering to one's Guru is her life message, which I would take. Again, so much of joy we have gained throughout this journey. So grateful to the entire Guru Parampara and the entire team who is working day and night to make this possible. Thank you for giving this privilege, and I wish many more can get benefit from this book. Hari Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.